Are you using a clip chart in your classroom to deal with behaviors? Is it working the way you intended it to? Hi, I'm Amy Murray from Teaching Exceptional Kinders, and if you're anything like me, I suspect your answer to that last question is probably no. And you might not know what to do about it. Well, today I'm here to chat about alternatives to a clip chart. I am not here to shame you for using the clip chart. I used a clip chart for a few years. We were required to by my district. They even paid somebody a ton of money to come in and tell us how great they were and how to use it one year. That was our back to school training. So I'm not here to bash a clip chart. It just didn't work for me for a number of reasons. And here are two of those. Reason number one is I had a kiddo one year, and this is the year I stopped using it, about halfway through the year. I had been out on maternity leave, sorry. And my long-term sub was there, and I had this little guy who is one of my most memorable students ever. I don't think I could ever forget him. Full of energy and spirit and spunk. And he had spent most of his days on red before I got back to school. I was familiar with him and I knew his family from older siblings, and so we had chatted before school started, and Mom said, hey, his favorite color is red. And so I don't see how this clip chart is going to be beneficial to him, but good luck. And I was like, all right. So he got there, and in fact, anytime his clip was moved to red, he was thrilled because he didn't like green or blue. He loved red. And so we were, in fact, reinforcing the behavior, because when he misbehaved, his clip got moved. When his clip got moved to red, he was thrilled. Well, that's not what the point, right? It just was totally lost on him. And I am certain he's not the only kiddo like that. Okay? There are kids who just don't care about it. There are kids who have felt so much failure from their clip charts that it just doesn't work anymore. And there will always be outliers to any behavior plan. I get that. But then on the other hand, you have kiddos who are always, I don't want to say perfectly behaved, but very well behaved, who are now full of anxiety about what if I have to move my clip? That's not helping them either. So this year, with this particular group, who I still look back at so fondly, I learned so much from them, we ditched the clip chart and we started using Glow and Grow Notes instead. And you may have heard me talk about them before, but they're these little simple notes that look like this. Super simple. I just had stacks of them printed out, and I gave one Glow Note a day, sometimes more, but only had to do one, and that's all it took to motivate positive behavior. The kids couldn't wait to see who was earning the Glow Note to take home and show mom and dad, and they were displaying positive behaviors all over the place. They started tattling on each other in a good way. Did you see so-and-so was sitting quietly? Did you see so-and-so was working when they were supposed to be? All of those things started happening from one simple piece of paper. And I know that sounds dramatic, but it really did transform my classroom. And then on the other hand, we use Grow Notes to address those behaviors of concern. So if my little spirited guy kept calling out over and over and over again, we could send home a note that said, hey, we really struggled with this today. There's room for growth, and here's our plan for tomorrow. But sending home a Grow Note let the grown-ups at home know, here's what we're working on, here's what happened, here's how we're going to tackle it tomorrow. Grown-ups knew, student knew, I knew. We were all on the same page. Whereas moving that student's clip to yellow or red, it's just moving. He'll go home and say, yeah, I was on red today. For what? I don't know. But that Grow Note specifically says what happened that day. So using the Grow Notes is a better form of communication all around, and the Glow Notes is just a celebration, and it's fun. And I didn't have to go around and check folders every day and make sure the right color was colored on the little chart so mom and dad knew what color they ended on, because let's face it, kids are so much more than a color. And so the Glow and Grow Notes were a way to celebrate them. The other thing that we started to do were just logical consequences. Moving your clip to red and losing recess time doesn't work in kindergarten, especially if you don't have recess every day, which we didn't. So it just didn't work. So instead, if Johnny, let's say, didn't finish his work during independent time because he was talking or refusing to work or whatever it was, then during centers or another fun time, he's going to finish that work with me, right? There are just logical consequences to things instead of arbitrary, you lose 5 minutes of this, you lose 5 minutes of that. The other thing that I always had to develop over the years was a classroom management toolkit. So I was ready to deal with whatever behaviors came my way. My favorite little impromptu behavior chart are these little guys. They worked wonders for a couple of students over the years, and they were just easy to print and use right away. I had token boards ready to go if they needed more structure. Visual schedules were super helpful as well for keeping kids on task and helping to ease transitions, things like that, and setting those expectations for the day. So having that whole classroom management toolkit also really helps to not have to rely on the clip chart to reinforce or redirect behavior. Well, hopefully that gives you some ideas today. I will drop a link to the Glow and Grow Notes and the complete classroom management toolkit down below. It has everything I wish someone had handed me at the beginning of my teaching career and said, here, this is what you need to make sure things go smoothly. While you're down there, please like and subscribe so you don't miss our next video, and that lets YouTube know that other teachers may find this information helpful as well. You can also grab a free set of Glow and Grow Notes if you join our email list. I'll put that link below too. If you have any questions, here's how to get in touch with me. And until next time, have an exceptional day.